Members that are present, just want to tell you that following this presentation, Gary Leda will be out on the mezzanine, and we would like to get a group photograph, if we could, on this wonderful occasion. I'd like to recognize the council members, former council members that are with us tonight. George Armistead, Eileen Behan, Bob Bogan, Tommy Bradley, David Briley, Earl Campbell, George Cate, Ronnie Cowherd, Formo DePasco, Stuart Clifton, Roy Dale, Charles Fentress, Howard Gentry, Tom Hollingsworth, Jimmy Holt, Justin Johnson, Randy Kennedy, Hugh Lilly, J.B. Loring, Amanda McClendon, Phil Ponder, Jim Schulman, Julia Sloss, Ron Turner, Ludi Wallace, Jay West, and Harold White, and Vernon Winfrey. We have 4 folks that wish to say a few words this evening. And first to come to the lectern is Vice Mayor George Cate.
Madam Chair, members of the present and former council members, and in recognition of those who will serve here in the future. On June the 28th of 1962, the voters of Nashville and Davidson County, by referendum, adopted the charter for metropolitan government. That fall, the first election was held. The first 40 members of this council were elected at that time, one of whom was David Scobey. During the period of time from that fall until April the 1st of 1963, for a period of more than 4 months, the 40 members of that council who were elected worked hard and met regularly, not sworn in, not paid, but during that period of time, they put together the rules of procedure for the Metropolitan Council and received a commitment from the people who would serve as chairpersons and members of the committees of the council. So that on April the 1st of 1963, when the inauguration was held, and those 40 persons were sworn in, they were immediately available to adopt the rules of the council and name the committee persons who would serve that first year in the council. David Scobey was a leader in all of those aspects. He served 2 terms as councilman at large, followed by 6 terms as vice mayor. From 1963 until 1995, 32 years of service as a member of this council, as a council at large, and as a presiding officer. All I say is all honor to his name.
Councilman Fentress.
Vice Mayor, council members, I spent 24 years up here, and David Scobey was my mentor most of that time. When I was first elected in 1975, he said, "Charles, don't talk much. Learn what's going on." And that was excellent advice. I probably didn't say much for several months, but he was a mentor of mine. And I would like to just say quickly, Vice Mayor, David, the man, is so important. That's what made him a great vice mayor. David was a native Nashvilleian. He grew up here. He went to David Lipscomb Junior College, went to Vanderbilt, played basketball and baseball. He was a baseball coach for several years at Vanderbilt. He was also an assistant basketball coach when Vanderbilt upset Kentucky in 1951. Nobody ever thought that would happen. But David was a wonderful human being. Married his sweetheart of many years, Juanita. They had 4 lovely children. 3 of them are here tonight. You're going to introduce them later, I guess, aren't you? Anyway, I won't call their names, but Marilyn, most of y'all know, just retired from the council. A chip off the old block, if I might say so, an excellent person here in the council chambers. David, when he ran the council, he ran it with a strong, firm hand. He didn't put up with a lot of foolishness, but he didn't embarrass anyone. He didn't call you down. There's several people here tonight that probably argue with David more than I did, but he never did call them down. He just let them argue, you know. But I'd just like to say David was a wonderful leader in this council for 24 years. 20 of those years I worked under him, and he's a great father, a great grandfather, a great vice mayor, a wonderful Christian man, and I'm happy and pleased to be part of this ceremony tonight, naming this council chamber after the Honorable David Scobey. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Pinter. I just want to say that since we began, Joanne North has joined us, and Ginger Hauser. Thank you for being with us. Next to speak is Councilman Ludi Wallace.
Giving honor and thanks to the Almighty for allowing me to be here for this privilege tonight without pain. To the Scobey family, the vice mayor, members of the council, and former members, and other elected officials here, I want to say thanks to the Scobey family for allowing Nashville to share the life of John David Scobey with Nashville and with the Metro Council. Now, you're going to hear everybody say everything. I can just tell you from my point of view, he motivated me to learn the rules and to study Robert Rules of Order. And then he gave me the opportunity to practice it. And I can give him credit for being a parliamentarian. And I think he would give me credit for helping make him better. And this is one of the high honors that the Metro Council can bestow upon a citizen or anybody. I consider this to be the highest honor, where you all can be reminded of a person that had the stature, you understand, and character to set an example for members of the council to follow. He kept us together. Now, last, let me say this. One thing I liked about him, if anybody ever chair a meeting or officiate a game, if they're going to make a decision, it needs to be timely. His decisions were timely. And if he made a decision, it needed to have been firm. And guess what he would have done?
Thank you, Councilman
When my
Wallace.
time was up,
Sorry. Next, David Scobey Jr. And do not yield your time to Councilman Wallace, please.
Vice Mayor, council members, past and present, good friends and family. This is such a special event for those in our family, and it's a great privilege that we can be here tonight as you honor my father. One good thing about going after others that have already spoken is you don't have to cover as many things that since they've already talked about it. So what I wanted to reflect on is the number of excellent people that have served in this body since the beginning of Metro government to this day. Dedicated, hardworking public servants that knew the issues of the city, worked for Nashville, and worked for things going on in their district. And to single out and honor my father or anyone in this way, after all these excellent people have served in the council all these years, it's quite extraordinary and it's quite moving. And I think it makes the recognition of him tonight all the more meaningful, knowing that he was in good company. He was surrounded by good people in the council, all working to make Nashville the vibrant city that it is today. I know since '95, we're 16 years fast forward, and I'm thinking maybe some of you did not know him or know him very well. Some of you knew him, and he knew you quite well. And as today's city leaders, this council has seen fit to recognize his service by designating this council chamber in his memory. And he would be so honored. I can't think of a more fitting tribute to a man that loved Nashville so much and served this city and this Metropolitan Council so well. So on his behalf of all our family, I just want to say how grateful we are for honoring his service by designating by ordinance that this is now the David Scobey Council Chamber. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. I would like to ask Mr. Scobey and Marilyn and Joe to come to the front for the presentation. And I think there's another family member here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to leave anyone out. Do you want to come up here? Councilman Tiger.
As the family comes forward, I've caught a little grief tonight, Marilyn and David, for wearing a shirt and a tie with my jacket, because I'm normally a little bit more casual, but I'm doing that out of respect for your father. The reason being, I can still remember in '94 and '95 when Councilman Roy Dale came into this chamber with the first turtleneck that was ever worn. Out of character, out of style for the body at that time. He was a fashion leader. But tonight I thought it was fitting and proper that we unveil this plaque in honor of Dave Scobey and thank the family.
Thank you, everyone. Just a reminder to the former council members and former vice mayors that are here, please join Gary Leda on the mezzanine. We'd love to have some wonderful photographs of this evening. And welcome to the David Scobey Council Chamber.